All right, scholars, we're here to talk about personification. Personification can be a really powerful tool in our writing or communicating. A great way to help you remember what personification means is that it does have the word person in it. You'll notice that there's a little bit of a change in pronunciation, right? Person, personifications. That's your first thing to notice, that you actually can say the word correctly and sound like you know what you're talking about. So personification means that you're giving human qualities to something that's non-human or even sometimes non-living. Now, a really important clarification is that personification doesn't mean giving human qualities to animals. That is called anthropomorphism. So if you have animals that are, for example, walking around in clothes and talking, like let's say Winnie the Pooh, that's actually called anthropomorphism. So personification is giving human qualities to something non-human or non-living, and an example I think will help us to clarify that. So here's a very famous poem by William Blake. Two sunflowers move in the yellow room. Ah, William, we're weary of weather, said the sunflowers, shining with dew. Our traveling habits have tired us. Can you give us a room with a view? So first of all, the sunflowers are talking. That's a really obvious example of personification here, where we're thinking about, even if we're not thinking about sunflowers literally talking, if we're thinking, like imagining what they would be saying to us through their actions, that would be another example of personification. But here's another small example and subtle example of personification. Two sunflowers move in the yellow room. Can the sunflowers actually be moving around on their own? No. And so if we think about what level of movement the poet might be talking about, we've got a really subtle example of personification in here. If we have phrases like fear crept up his spine when he heard the noises in the otherwise empty house, fear can't creep up literally, and so that's giving human qualities to non-human or non-living things. In the case of my sunflowers example here, that would be non-human. In the case of even saying fear, that's an idea. It's not even something alive. So that would be an example of giving human qualities to a non-living thing. So this is a really powerful way for us to use action phrases in our writing instead of just kind of describing everything very literally, and to really bring our writing and communicating to life. If you pay attention for this, you will see how good writers are doing it all of the time.